Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back on a rainy evening with another action figure review. Today we have a figure from the Godzilla Playmates line. It is Gigan 2004 from Final Wars. Many of you know Gigan is my favorite Godzilla foe. So I have to get really any new Gigan that comes out in the States anyways. If I tried to get all the Gigan from overseas, it'd be an impossible task. But, yeah, here he is, Gigan. I already have a funny observation about him. I'll get to that later. But he's in kind of the standard packaging that I think Toho demands these figures be in open packaging. I actually like open packaging. A lot of collectors are like, boo, open packaging. You can scuff the figure. But in my mind, it's like, hey, less waste to throw back into the environment. So that's good. So I bought Gigan and Destroya with a gift card that I got for my birthday from my friend Big Boy Chungus. Have not gotten Shin yet. He's top of my list, though, and I haven't gotten Space Godzilla. I haven't really seen a lot of Shin in the wild, but the Walmart I'm near sometimes has a lot of Space Godzilla, so I think I'll be fine on that front. Just gotta find a Shin. But, yeah, let's get this guy open. And here he is out of package, the Playmates Gigan 2004. Yeah, once again, Gigan is my favorite Godzilla foe. I wouldn't say my favorite kaiju ever, maybe, but definitely my favorite Godzilla foe. It's very cool looking. First I want to say this is a kid's toy, but it might be for older kids because it has a lot of points and can be a little sharp in some places. I mean, you see those two marks on my hand? Gigan did that. My lights are a little bright, so you can't really see it, but it's... yeah, see all those? So he can do a little damage if he really wants to. So maybe for older kids, not the younger ones. Maybe get the younger ones, the Kong and the Godzilla, sure. But the Gigan might be for a bit of an older kid. Just because, once again, a lot of points on this guy. So, on the topic of it being for a child, this is a children's toy. $10. So cheap and for kids. And you know what that means? You can't judge it by adult figure standards. You can't judge it by adult collectible standards at all. So if you're thinking of doing that, then you're doing the figure a disservice. You really are. Because it deserves to be looked at for what it was made for. Now, let's look at detail and paint. I actually think he's one of the better looking Playmates toys when it comes to detail and paint. He's got a lot of paint variants. They didn't have to do varyings in the blues and the blacks, but they did. You see you got that kind of metallic here and on the back with the wings. The wings actually look very nice in my opinion. I really like the wings. Gigan's Tri-Wing has always been cool, but they did a nice job highlighting it. They got the blades on his tail looking pretty vicious. They really got all the details that this Gigan needs, which is good. He's not symmetrical, which I kind of like, actually, because it makes him feel so unique and different and natural. Because if something's too symmetrical to the human eye, it kind of makes it feel... I just realized the bottom of his feet are hollowed out. What's up with that? It kind of makes him feel unnatural. Kind of a thing like that. What's the word I'm looking for? Some film term. But you see this arm's out straight and this arm is bent. But here's the thing. So this arm's kind of in like its natural spot, which has the blade arching this way. But you can see by the way that this arm turns means that the natural spot this blade would be in is that way. So if his arms are relaxed, one blade is facing out and one's facing in. Since he's in a permanent position, that's not too much of a big deal, but the musculature kind of implies that, and it's a little weird. I mean, that's such a nitpicky detail. Like, that's just such a weird thing that anyone... most people probably didn't even notice that or care. But that is the case. Now we're going to talk about articulation. The head kind of just does this, which is stupid. I feel like he should have gotten full head articulation like the other figures in this line. Arms go forward and back just fine. They're a bit hindered, but they do their job. And we also have rotation on the legs. There we go. and this rotation on the tail, which is nice because my Bandai America Godzilla doesn't have, not Godzilla, Gigan doesn't have a rotation on the tail like that, if I remember correctly. Haven't used him in a while because I killed him off in G&G, so that's that. But yeah, now how about we give this guy some size comparisons? Yeah. Size comparisons are my favorite part, don't you know? So let's get some of his fellow figures out here. Here's the 2004 Godzilla from Playmates. I think they scale up perfectly fine together. All he really needs to scale with is his own line, but I think it actually works pretty well. Then you also have the Movie Monster Series Gamera 95. I'm actually down with this. So let's remove him from the picture. And we also have the Mezco King Kong, and I think this works as well. So yeah, you know, the Gamera's a little shorter, but he's also wider, which I feel like is a good proportion for Gamera. And the Kong is usually too big for a lot of my 6-inch Godzilla figures, but he seems to fit well with this Gigan. So that's really nice. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Playmates Toys Gigan 2004? Well, he's pretty cool. I think he's probably one of the better Playmates figures as long as detail and paint goes. But I really wish that head articulated. And once again, if you're watching this review to see if you should get it for your kid, he can be a little sharp. He does have a lot of points. So maybe an older kid, but probably not a younger kid. But yes, remember, this line is for kids. It is a Walmart exclusive line. You can only get it at Walmart. So, be sure to do that. I'd rather support my comic shop, but they don't get them. So, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time in the review. Destroy ya!